for this week's edition of Family Matters.
Yeah, this morning, communications and relationship specialists Pamela Pressler and Melissa Solkowski spoke to me about problem solving and relationships.
So Pam, just first question here. We're talking today in the segment more about problem solving, kind of how that starts as children. Can you kind of go in depth on that?
Yeah, so we know that problem solving really starts from day one. Our ability to solve problems, make decisions is really modeled for us or not in our families of origin when we're really young. And what we see in adults when they're in our office is when they're struggling with making decisions, trusting their guts, it often looks like they're projecting that on somebody else or their inability to regulate their emotions. So sometimes they really struggle with making a decision about a relationship even and say, I'm waiting for the other person to make that decision for me rather than knowing how to do that themselves. So Melissa's going to explain to us kind of where that comes from and how that originates.
Yeah, problem solving is one of my favorite things to talk about with families, and it's really something that we can start doing with our kids at a very young age. There's a lot we've talked about and written about relative to problem solving, and really one of the concrete ways that you can start doing that with your children now is really asking them what they think they should do when they're bringing a problem to you so that they can really learn early on how to problem solve and trust what's coming up for them and make decisions around that, even if it's not the same way we would make decisions, but it's really fostering the development of self-efficacy for them, which is their ability to measure their own competence in themselves, which translates into self-confidence over time. And so we really encourage parents to do that at an early age and really allow your child that space. And you can learn a lot when you ask them what they think they should do about the problem they're bringing to you. You kind of get an idea of where their head is at, and you can help guide them from there, but really allowing them the space to figure those things out for themselves.
Now,
sorry.
So is there a certain age that they might be more able to understand what you're saying when it comes to problem solving, like at 3 years old? Is this something that you can have a talk back with them about?
You can start at any age. So we would suggest starting, as soon as they're verbal and as soon as they can follow directions, is really giving them the space to, make mistakes and offer for them to, saying to them, what do you think you should do about that, honey, as opposed to offering a solution as to, how to make themselves feel comfortable in any given situation. So what it's really doing is teaching them to be in charge of their own decisions and that they have the ability to own those, that it doesn't have to be based on what somebody else is saying or suggesting to them, that they can really trust themselves, that they can get them through any situation, whether it's emotional or whether it's problem solving, a task.
All right, guys, thank you so much, and we will see you back here next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.